try to use a woman. So when a man falls, usually it's going to be a female somewhere around. Usually going to be a female somewhere around. Look. She's still looking at you. Wow. Keep looking. Keep looking. Keep looking. And pretty soon, you switch. Man, would you like to be with her? Would you like to be with her? And if you ain't careful, pretty soon you hear yourself agreeing, yeah. But what about the one you already with? Oh, yeah. I forgot for a minute there. That's the whole idea. Is to deceive you into moving away from what God has already told you to rebel.
That's right.
It's happened throughout the ages. When we are gone, it's going to still be happening. Why? Because Satan does not change. What is his target?
To kill,
Your mind.
That's
Right, say your mind.
Your mind.
That's his target. See? Again, he can't just come into you or come, some other way. He's got to come through thoughts into your mind. And you're thinking, man, I wonder why I'm thinking that. Anybody ever say that? Come on, be honest. Come on. Why am I thinking that? Well, are you sure is you thinking it? Or is there another soul on the inside that's thinking it through you? Come on now. I was having a moment at work, conflict between another employee. And he had said some unpleasant things, and I just, walked away. I said, later for you, Started walking away, and this conversation started up. I didn't ask for the conversation, it just started up. Wonder why he said that. Why would he say that to me? Why would he do X, Y, and Z? Then the person said, if I was you, I would go back. This is what I do. And I'm walking down the floor, and I said, oh, wait a minute. If I was you, who the heck are you? Is what I asked. I said, who are you? What are you doing in my head? It never dawned on me. This is how Satan talked to us. Until he said, God made me arrest that thought. If I was you. Anybody ever heard that before?
Yes.
Come on, be honest.
Yes.
If I was you. Okay, if it ain't you, then who is it? That was my question. If it ain't me, then who is it? It's almost like God said, it ain't me. So if it's not me and it's not God, then who else is in there? That's the situation we're dealing with. See? People don't realize that. They think because I got born again, everything is all right in here. Let's quit lying to yourself. Well, more Christians lie to themselves than people that's not saved to. People not saved, they're honest with themselves. Yeah, that's how I am. Christians, I ain't like that no more. And you hear the devil say, yes, you are. He started saying, yes, you are. Why? Because his target is your mind. In your mind, you have your mind, will, and your emotions. So that's what he wants. He wants your soul. If he can get in there, he can get you start thinking. He can put thoughts in there, and pretty soon you are meditating on that thought. Boy, don't get look good. And never thought about some other dude until that thought got in there. Now you can't get the thought out your head. Just like a woman. Don't she look good? And now every time you see her, you thinking that thought. I say, oh my God, where that? And I know where it's coming from. That is the enemy trying to defeat you in your mind. Same way he did in her mind. God knows that the moment you eat of that fruit, that you're going to be just like he is. Lord, good for me. That's why he don't want you to eat it. Lord, help us when someone tells us that we can't do something. You ever experience that thing on the side when they say you can't do it now? That's all you want to do. You want to do that because they say it's forbidden. We call it living. It's called life. All right? So when Satan wanted to lead the man first and the woman into sin, he started by attacking the woman's mind. Again, she was deceived. In 2 Corinthians 11:3, but I'm afraid that the serpent deceived Eve by his craftiness, your mind should be led astray from simplicity and purity of devotion to Christ. This is how he always attacks us. He always do, because we haven't figured out how to stop him yet. Young or old. Especially, I like to say especially young. I like to think we've gotten older now. We should know better. But really, do we? No. Why? Because it's the same thing he likes to work at. Paul will say he wants to attack your mind, because your mind is a part of the image of God, where God communicates with you and reveals his will to you. It's unfortunate that some Christians have minimized the significance of the mind, because the Bible emphasizes it's important. Our minds are very important. This is how God communicates. When you start hearing thoughts, it starts in your spirit and it resonates into your mind. They're so close together, you start to tell them the difference. When Satan speaks, it's the same way. It resonates in your mind. Again, both of them sound just like your voice. If you take time to think about it, if you take time to listen to it, God's voice sounds like your voice. Satan's voice sounds like your voice. The only time God's voice will sound like yours is when he's trying to warn you you're about to get into something that's going to harm you. I don't know if you ever heard that word, like, stop! It's a shocking feeling to hear that. And you trying to figure out who said that. You know, because if you never heard it before, you didn't know who it was. I was coming back from Fort Bennett. Foggy night, father's tractor trailer. Thinking he can see because he's sitting up so high. He got all these bright lights, right? 10 minutes into that truck, man, I lost the truck. Couldn't see nothing. But being a young man, 20 years old, didn't have sense enough to slow the car down. I'm still running 80. Coming up 85. 80 miles an hour, can't see nothing. And I heard this thought, you better stop. And he said slow down, he said you better stop. A few minutes later, I said you better stop. I said stop! Not long breaks, college doing like that. All right, who said that? What was that? And I flicked on my bright lights. I was 10 feet away from that another pole, the holding lights. Didn't know when I ran off the road. Didn't feel it. 10 feet. 80 miles an hour. Can you imagine what would have happened? And I put that boy in park and I sat there for a while. Trying to figure out where did the truck go? How did it run off the road? And who was that said stop? After about 30 minutes, I had no answers to none of them, so I said, okay, I'll just creep. And so I got back on the road, 35 miles an hour, and there I can get out the fog. I never forget that. That was the first time I ever heard that. And I realized when we don't do it or obey it the first time, God loves us so much that he will raise his voice to get us to stop before we can. I've come to the conclusion, I think things happen to people, not because they didn't try to warn them, not because God didn't try to warn them, but because they decided not to listen. It's not just push the envelope. Man, I used to be good at pushing the envelope. But when I hear somebody tell me stop and they're not in the car with me, I'm trying to figure out where you at? Yeah, I stopped. But how many people do that? I'm thinking about all the crazy wrecks we have. Problems I'm driving up 152 and this car ran off the road. Broad daylight, sun shouting. How? There was no other car involved. Anyway, there's some things people don't learn. Okay, we got plenty of time. Okay. Now, Colossians chapter 3. Colossians chapter 3, verse 9 to 10. Now, we're talking about the strategy of Satan. This is how he operates. All right? Pay attention now. This is how he operates. And he's been operating like this for thousands of years. You know why? Because for thousands of years, nobody could stop him but Jesus.
Right.
Jesus was the only one that stopped his lies. Didn't God say you go up to the highest building and cast yourself down? That the angels of God would come and bury you so you won't stub your toe? And then Jesus came back. Yeah, he said that. But he also said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God.
Amen.
Did y'all ever read that?
Yes.
Did you ever think about that conversation? He didn't say that Satan was lying. He just said, yeah, God said that. But he also said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. How many of us do that? Come on. Yeah, he said that, Satan, but he also said this. You know why we don't say that? Because we ain't got enough word in us. We don't got enough red flags. And we just let everything go. Every thought that comes to our mind, you take, go roll your eyes at your neighbor, you roll your eyes and don't ask why. Why you want to roll my eyes? They ain't done anything to me. You just don't do it. Making all kind of faces. What's wrong with you? And let me tell you what that is. All right, what is it? It's a what? Demon. Thank you.
It's a demon.
Another soul within your soul. A soul that has no body. So therefore, he needs your body to do what he wants to do. He wants to commit adultery, he needs your body to do it. A murdering spirit wants to commit murder, he needs your body to do it. A theft spirit that wants to steal, he needs your body to do it. Don't get to the place where you think you're so smart that you made that decision on your own. Baby, I'm trying to tell you that a lot of decisions that you make, you ain't made that decision. Someone has made that for you, and you just acted out. Somebody's been to church all your life and still ain't got that. I just wanted to do it. Yeah, why? I don't know. I know you don't know. I promise you put someone, you keep asking question after question, they get to the place where they say, I don't know. I did pastors like that. What did God call you to do? Oh, he called me to teach. Teach what? Well, the Bible. Well, hey, that's what Paul told us all to do over in 2 Corinthians chapter 5. He told us all to go and teach. But then what did he specifically tell you to do? What do you mean? What do you mean what I mean? It was a straight question. Specifically, what is your assignment? What is your message? Do you have a message? Now, I've offended them. It wasn't trying. God ain't going to send you to do nothing without a message. He's not stupid. He's God. We don't send our children somewhere without a message. How many of you sent your child somewhere and didn't tell them why they're going? But you got a lot of pastors out there, they can't tell you that. All they're going to